Anita Needy is placed in a psychiatric asylum. It seems she's a dangerous patient. She's immediately thrown into a dark cell as punishment, and during her stay, she recounts how she got there. Anita tells us about her best friend, Jennifer, a popular and attractive cheerleader in their high school. Unlike her, she also has a boyfriend, Chip, but she's more attracted to her best friend than to him. One night, Jennifer invites Anita to a bar where a rock band is playing. When they arrive, Jennifer is attracted to the band's leader, Nicholas, and approaches him. They chat for a while, then she's sent off to get drinks. Meanwhile, Nicholas talks about Jennifer's virginity, saying she'll be perfect for their project. Anita, who overhears their awkward conversation, later mentions it to Jennifer, who pays it no mind. Shortly afterwards, the group begins their performance and everyone starts having fun. However, a sudden electrical short-circuit causes a fire that quickly spreads throughout the bar. In the midst of the commotion, the two friends manage to escape through a bathroom window. Surprisingly, the band members are already outside, acting relaxed, as if nothing had happened. They chat for a while and, suddenly, Nicholas asks Jennifer to join them. Anita is frightened, but Jennifer accepts without hesitation. She even ignores her best friend and climbs into the guy's van. Anita returns home and calls her boyfriend to share the incident she's had. Suddenly, the doorbell rings, intensifying her fear. She slowly descends the stairs and opens the door, but finds no one there. She returns to her room, only to hear noises coming from the kitchen and discover Jennifer, completely covered in blood. To make things even creepier, she flashes a devilish grin. Jennifer then opens the fridge and starts devouring raw chicken. Then she lets out a shrill scream and vomits a trail of dark liquid. It's as if she's possessed by some kind of demon. She tries to call for help, but Jennifer quickly slams her against the wall. She's about to bite Anita's neck. But something stops her and she suddenly runs away. The next morning, Anita seems disturbed. She's also worried about her best friend, but to her surprise, Jennifer appears in top form and ignores Anita's concerns. Shortly afterwards, their teacher offers his condolences for those who lost their lives in the bar incident the night before. Everyone is saddened by the news, but Jennifer remains indifferent and even laughs at the situation. Confused, Anita wonders what's wrong with her best friend. She knows her behavior has something to do with the rock band. Later, Anita goes to Chip and tells him all about Jennifer, including her devilish appearance. The other night, elsewhere, Jennifer approaches Jonas, the captain of the university football team, who is mourning the loss of his best friend. She takes him to the woods behind their college. Once there, she begins to seduce him. And she does it very well. At the same time, several birds and animals begin to mysteriously surround them. Before Jonas realizes what's happening, Jennifer takes on her diabolical form and savagely disembowels him. His frightened screams are heard by his teacher, who rushes to the scene and finds his mutilated corpse. Late that evening, Anita and Jennifer talk on the phone. Anita remains haunted by the incident, but Jennifer tells her to move on, pointing out that life is too short for such things. In the middle of their conversation, Jennifer deliberately burns her tongue with a lighter, but is unhurt. Just then, Anita is called by her boyfriend, who shockingly informs her of Jonas's murder, making her even more worried. 1 month later, the residents, including Anita, are finally able to put a smile on their faces and put the tragic incident behind them. However, Jennifer seems lethargic, tired and suffering. One day, after school, Jennifer and Anita are walking when a classmate, Colin, asks her out on a date. To her surprise, Jennifer accepts and texts him her address. While Chip and Anita enjoy an intimate moment together. When he arrives at the site, the house is still under construction. He enters the house anyway and meets Jennifer, who momentarily surprises him from behind. Without wasting any time, she starts seducing and kissing him. For the first few minutes, everything goes normally and the poor boy is having the time of his life. But then he notices a disturbing change in Jennifer's eyes. Colin tries to run away, but the evil girl transforms back into a monstrous being and kills him without mercy. Meanwhile, Anita, who is in the middle of a cross-legged game, suddenly begins to hallucinate. She sees Jonas's spirit on the sofa and blood dripping from the ceiling. This disturbing experience terrifies her and prompts her to abruptly leave Chip's house and drive away. On the way, she nearly knocks over Jennifer, drenched in blood. Panicked, Anita rushes home and locks herself in her room. In an attempt to calm her troubled mind, she lies down in bed. But to her dismay, Jennifer is in her room and seems normal again. Anita is perplexed and doesn't know what's going on. Before she can react, Jennifer kisses her. In the aftermath, Jennifer reveals a shocking truth. The Bars rock band had taken her to a mysterious waterfall and offered her as a sacrifice to Satan in exchange for fame and fortune. She further claims that despite the success of the sacrifice, she didn't die because she wasn't really a virgin. She also explains that she never became normal because she was permanently possessed by Satan. After the incident, she remembers waking up unharmed, even after being stabbed several times by the band members. Jennifer goes on to reveal that when she returned home, she felt extremely hungry. So she devoured her first victim, a foreign student. She also confesses that on that fateful night, she had planned to eat Anita too. But at the last second, she changed her mind, because she still had faith in her friend. Jennifer goes on to explain that after feeding, she shows extra strength and can endure almost any injury without feeling pain. To demonstrate this, she deliberately cuts her arm, but it heals itself within seconds. Overwhelmed by these horrifying revelations, Anita asks Jennifer to leave. Jennifer complies and jumps from the second-floor window. In the next scene, Anita begins researching the paranormal to find out more, and starts reading books on the occult and virgin sacrifices to Satan. After much research, she learns that her best friend is in fact a succubus, a supernatural being that feeds on flesh, can only be killed when hungry and weak. Anita then shares her findings with her boyfriend, Chip, in the hope of gaining his understanding and support. Unfortunately, he doesn't believe her and suggests that she may need mental help. This prompts her to break up with her boyfriend. She knows that being close to him could potentially endanger her life. Plus, he's an asshole. And that's not all. Anita even forbids him to attend the next university party. Chip, however, ignores her warnings and goes. On the day of the program, Anita eagerly awaits Jennifer's arrival, determined to keep an eye on her. Meanwhile, Jennifer intercepts Chip on his way to the party. She cleverly invents a story, saying that Anita was having an affair with Colin. She then drags him to an abandoned pool and begins to work on his body. These techniques are very effective on Chip. At the party, Anita becomes increasingly worried about Jennifer's absence. Fed up, she rushes to Chip's house to check on him, only to learn that he's already left for the party. Worried that something bad has happened, Anita starts looking around and eventually reaches the abandoned pool, where she sees Jennifer eating her boyfriend alive. Alarmed, Anita jumps into the pool without thinking and starts fighting with her best friend. She uses pepper spray on Jennifer, but this only angers the latter, who is about to deliver the final blow. But Chip impales Jennifer with a pool skimmer. This causes her to lose a lot of blood and weakens her. She withdraws from the scene, realizing that she is now vulnerable. Anita then rushes to her beloved Chip and takes him in her arms. They have a moving conversation before he closes his eyes and fades away. Anita, now heartbroken and filled with rage, prepares for revenge. In the middle of the night, she breaks into Jennifer's room through the window and begins to attack her. A fierce struggle ensues between the two, but Jennifer gets the upper hand by sinking her teeth into Anita's shoulder. Despite this, Anita plunges a knife into Jennifer's heart and kills her once and for all. Moments later, when Jennifer's mother arrives in the room, she is horrified to discover Anita standing over her daughter's lifeless body. This is the reason Anita ended up in the mental asylum. It's also revealed that she inherited some of Jennifer's supernatural powers from the bite on her shoulder. In the final scene, Anita uses her satanic powers and escapes from the asylum. She then hitchhikes and takes revenge by murdering Rock's entire group in their hotel room.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this.